Today we need to talk about something that's happening more frequently in the prop trading world. Traders are getting their accounts banned right when they're about to get paid. Damn! I recently heard from a subscriber who, along with his fiance, had their Top Step accounts terminated for allegedly copy trading. Now, after spending hours reviewing their situation, the evidence, it really just doesn't add up. This raises a critical question. Are some prop firms using vague terms of service violations as a way to avoid paying successful traders? Now, as a bonus too, I have another firm I'm going to talk about that basically just did the same thing. You guys are probably already aware of Prop Shop Trader, no longer promoting them. I can't stand behind them because I don't believe them anymore. And I'm just really upset with the way that they handled things. I have people that I personally know who have money in those accounts who are now not going to get paid. The same thing. Right before they were about to get paid, the rug got pulled on them. That's not cool. So this raises a critical question. Are some of these prop firms using these vague terms of services just to make sure they don't have to pay people out? Or they're using pseudo information and fear to keep people along with this ride that they're taking them on? Because I'll show you a little bit more later in the video what I'm talking about with this, because it's a lie. In my opinion, they're lying, and that's just the way I see it. That's why I'm not going to promote them anymore. Let's talk first about the story from the people from Top Step Trader. Okay, so I have some subscribers, and this story, it's like a heartbreaking story. I have a subscriber, and his fiance and he got banned for alleged copy trading under Section 27. Now, this isn't copy trading like copy trading in an account where you're copying your micros or whatever to another account. That's not what I mean. They're talking about copy trading in a group, copy trading where we're using a group situation and everybody's, copying trades, or using technology to copy trades across multiple accounts, multiple different people, that kind of thing. So let's take a look at some of this together. This is from his fiance, and she says, I want to share my experience with Top Step because honestly, I feel that this is unfair and traders should be made aware. I had one single funded account only, no second account, no copy trading, no automation, no shared trading. I traded the account manually, followed the rules, and built a positive balance. I submitted a payout request of $1,795, which went through, funding approved and risk approved, and showed as processing. So while I still had balance on the account and did not lose the account through trading, Top Step suddenly locked my account, closed my funded account, and refused to pay the payout. Later, I received an email claiming a violation related to copy trading Section 27, which I strongly deny. I never traded with anyone else, never mirrored trades, and never used any tools or strategies outside the platform. What is frustrating is that I still had profits in balance, the payout was already approved internally, no specific evidence was provided, the decision appears final and indefinite. I'm sharing this so other traders are aware that even with one account and manual trading, payouts can still be denied after approval. If anyone has experienced something similar or successfully appealed a case like this, I'd appreciate hearing your experience. This is my first payout even in my life. I was waiting for it since December 30th, 2025 with Wise, and I got this rejection. Traders, stay safe. Now, this is sad. This is a sad story. It's even worse because, and let me find this other one, because her fiance was also trading, and he had accounts, and the same thing happened. Now, he had multiple accounts that he requested payouts for. So hers was a certain amount of money, the 1,700 or so in that area. And he had multiple accounts. I think he said it was 5 where he was requesting payment. You can see on this one alone, the monthly P&L was $3,559 in these 2 weeks. Now, what's important about this is that it's a really, really interesting, this is the denial letter. In fact, let's read this denial letter together. This is for Noor, and my name is Rose, and I'm with the compliance team at Top Step. We regret to inform you that you are no longer eligible to participate in the trading combine or funded level with Top Step due to a violation of our terms of service, or terms of use, for copy trading, and will remain in effect indefinitely. This means that any active trading combines and funded level accounts will be closed, and you will no longer be eligible to earn a funded account. If a new profile is created and identified, your account will be closed, and no refunds will be issued. Reasons for this action include, but are not limited to, now this is the part about the Section 27, Section 27, performing alone or in concert with others, including between unconnected accounts and third parties, performing the same trading strategy, i.e. performing the same trades in the same time increments, opposite strategy, or other activity meant to pool or hedge risk of the aggregate unconnected accounts, meaning hedging, meaning that you're copying between each other to copy trade, and it's a big pool of people that are doing it, that kind of thing. But this is not the case. This never happened. So due to the violations of the terms of use and funded account agreement, any payouts that were pending prior to your restriction are no longer eligible for release. At Top Step, we are committed to supporting traders who are protecting their integrity to our funding firm. Sometimes difficult decisions must be made in the interest of fairness and security for the broader trading community. If you believe this decision was made in error or have any questions, please respond directly to this email. Any further communication regarding this matter will be directed here. Sincerely, Top Step. Okay. Yeah. Listen, they're not going to do anything about it. I don't care if you appeal or not. Right. And so this is the problem. This was the one for the 1,795 from the Express account that was processing. And, they got the funds removed, funding approved, risk approved, compliance approved. And then it got to the last part where your account is fully locked. Please contact our support team immediately to resolve this issue. And then eventually it just turned into you no longer have any account. So what I did was I went on and I looked for Section 27. I went and searched for this on the Top Step website because I'm curious to know what Section 27 is. But nothing comes up. And you search for it here. And I thought, all right. So then I went to the next thing. Here, let me search for it over here in the Top Step help files. Section 27. But look at that. Nothing comes up again. November 27th. I don't see Section 27. And I thought, why is that? Okay. So I went over here again and looked back into the email that she sent me. And I saw her that her fiance sent me. She didn't send it to me. I got this stuff from her fiance, but it doesn't say here in the Section 27, it's under their terms of use. Okay. Well, let's go over here and look for that. How about if I look online and here's the terms of use. So let's look under here. Control, find Section 27. What do we got? Set forth in sections. See Section 27. Define in Section 27. Set forth in this Section 27. Okay, so after some digging, I found Section 27. It's in the terms of use on Top Step. And the activity in the trading combine is subject to the functioning of a real. And I'm leaving some of this stuff in the video, guys, because I could just edit that stuff out and show you that. But I want to show you that it's not so easy to find it, right? I know they give it to you when you get your combine. When you pass your, before you go into the XFA, obviously they're going to have you sign the agreements and stuff. But it's not so easy to just find this on the website, apparently. You have to go and look through the terms of use, which it is here, topstep.com, terms of use. Then, now that I finally find this, I can look for the prohibited conduct under 27. And I went through all of this to see, and it just has so much stuff in here that's absolutely crazy and vague. Okay, using any trading strategy intended to exploit or create errors in the services, such as errors in the display of prices or delay their updates. Using any trading strategy that includes disruptive practices as determined in Top Step's sole discretion, including, but not limiting to, spoofing strategies. Right. Like you're spoofing on the sim market, right? That's what you're doing? Okay. And in any case, performing trades anytime outside of the bid or offer, performing trades using an external or slow data feed, performing alone or in concert with any other persons, including between connected accounts or accounts held with different Top Step parties, trades or combinations of trades, the purpose of which is to manipulate, abuse, or give user an unfair advantage while using the site or services, for example, by engaging in any short-term or high-frequency trades or simultaneously entering into opposite positions. So, there's just so much in that sentence. And what I guess they're saying is that there's people out there who have like pools of people where they're copying each other or whatever. How does one go about proving this? I'm not sure. I would imagine that the trades would have to be time-stamped at the same time. Otherwise, look, everybody got long that support down there. Everybody tried to short that. Not everybody, but there's a whole bunch of people who understand volume profiles, who understand how to draw support and resistance lines, and they all tried to get long in the same place. Are you just going to say they're all copying each other? Because I don't see how this makes any sense. All I see this as is a way to ban. And here's the worst part about this. It's not just a way because this is the real reason, in my opinion. when I started speaking with my friend who gave me this information about them not receiving their payout. This is the real deal. They live in Africa, and it's not a restricted country to Top Step's rules. That's not the problem. But I believe that because they're there and because Top Step doesn't want to pay them, they know they have no real recourse. What are they going to do? They're not going to be able to do anything. So what do? They said, oh, well, you're part of some kind of copy trading pool, Section 27, whatever, and they ban them. And I think that it's purely out of discrimination so that they don't have to pay people out. That's all this comes down to, because there's no evidence whatsoever that these people were participating in any type of manipulative thing. And I'm going to tell you what the worst thing about this entire story is that absolutely blows my mind. They were going to use this money to get married. They've been engaged now for 6 years. For 6 years, they've been engaged. They finally found something. They've worked at trading for a period of time. They had to save the money up because they're in an economically depressed country. I don't want to say which one, but they're in an economically depressed country. They have to save the money up. Then when they get the money, they have to learn how to trade. They lose money. They burn through, the test and evaluate everything the same way that everybody else who learns how to trade does. They finally get the strategy right. They finally start making money. They finally get to a point where they're going to be able to do something and forever change their lives. And then Top Step tells them, no, you guys were doing something illegal, and they pull the rug out from under them. And I don't believe them. I don't think that there was any reason to deny these payouts. Not only did they not, and then they kicked them off of Discord, they kicked them out. They made it so that they weren't able to say anything. That's why when they brought it to me, I said, yes, I will gladly make a video about that. I don't like Top Step anyway. So there's that. The next thing is Prop Shop Trader. We all know the Prop Shop Trader had this, whatever you call it here, the town hall thing. And the town hall thing was absolutely crazy. This thing was absolutely nuts. They came on there and basically said that the SEC was making it so they couldn't do any SIM-funded payouts anymore because the SEC has regulated it and blah, blah, and it's nonsense. It's not true. The SEC doesn't have anything to do with futures trading. In fact, it's a completely different section. The market, it's completely different. The regulatory bodies that look at futures and the Chicago Mercantile Exchange and all the different things that go along with all the other exchanges they don't have anything to do with the SEC because they're not stocks. They're not securities. They're futures contracts. They're a completely different thing. They're classified differently and they're not the same thing. But Prop Shop Trader was claiming that their SEC regulations were making it so because they also have a brokerage and they trade stocks, were making it so that they would no longer be able to participate in SIM-funded payouts. So this is the part. Now, look, fine, whatever. That's cool. If that's what you want to do, that's okay. I understand. Maybe you don't want to have SIM-funded anymore. That's fine. Whatever. More kudos to you. But here's the problem with this. This is the thing that absolutely blows my mind. And I participated in this. This is what really makes me mad. Thank God nobody bought any of the accounts through my code because I would be on there knocking at the door. You got to give these guys their money back because you can't run a sale at the end of the year and give all these people these accounts that they're buying and get this much off and blah, blah, blah. And then after all these people buy these accounts on your sale and all the people that had balances in these accounts retroactively from before, you can't come later and then say the next day at your town hall, you can't come the next day at your town hall, retroactively change all the rules, wipe out all their ability of getting paid out. And don't give me that, oh, well, they're going to get bonuses when they go to let you know what you were doing. You did that on purpose. Because if it was truly important for you to understand, for the traders to understand that there's no way you would have run a sale right before you change the rules. That is absolutely criminal, in my opinion. And this SEC thing is nonsense. You know it, and I know it. So, whatever. What's your guys' opinions about what happened in these different firms? What's your guys' opinions about what happened to my friends, for the thing that is going on with Top Step? Because that's nuts. And my heart just breaks when I hear stories like this. So, if you guys like this kind of content, please subscribe, drop some comments down below. Let me know what you think and who you guys are going to be trading with. Also, there's tons and tons of stuff going on for sales right now. RTF, the code RTF will get you sale discounts at most major prop firms. You can go into my description and you'll find my prop comparison sheet where I have all types of comparisons. I rank them. I show different rules types, all the things that are going on with them. Also, please, guys, you got to join the Discord. Join the Discord because we're on there now every morning, Monday through Friday. We come out at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and one of us, either me or Anthony or somebody in our core group, will be there, and we're doing the market together and just trading. It's not we're not a signal service. It's just a group of people who trade together. We're just a group of friends that trade. So if you're new to trading, or if you've been trading for a long time, come down, see us, jump in the Discord room with us. I share my screen. We talk about trades. We do analysis together. And I think that you will really like that. Please, I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.